Welcome back, everybody. Today we're talking about the update coming for us very soon, next week in fact, and the wipes happening both for main branch and also for my custom servers, and we'll be going through some of what that update's going to entail for us for Rust Console Edition for the PlayStation 4, the Xbox One, next generations, and everything in between, and I'm Jade Monkey. Okay, so probably the best thing to do is to go and hit the custom server stuff here real fast, and then we'll touch base on the update that's happening for us very, very soon. Okay, so if you are looking for a good custom server, there is the Jade Monkey 2X Solo Duo Trio, all BPs unlocked and recyclers. And the best way to find it, like you can search the name, but there's so many copycats, I would strongly suggest if under the name field you can switch it to server ID. That server ID is 49BD706. That is a surefire way to find the server. People can't spoof the server ID itself if you search under that field, so that's a great way to find us. Just to kind of cover here, the wipes do happen Thursday anywhere between 1 p.m. and 6 p.m. Eastern. Typically, it's around the 1 p.m., but the reason why we've got like a longer tail on that is if we've got an update and like the update doesn't hit us on the server side, so like we kind of have to wait for that update to do the refresh. So typically it's around like noon to 1 p.m., just so you know, Eastern Standard Time. And server restarts at 4 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you are looking for deep breath, very exciting. If you are looking for VIP on the server, which is Q-Skip, because the servers do get quite busy, you can do that through my channel. It's through the members only. I'll show you that here. You sign up here by joining, and then once you do that, you should find the posts, and then under here there's a members only post. You can see it right there. And then under here is where you leave your gamer tag or PSN ID. This is the best way to do it because then you can see when I check it in, we can verify the information, and you get the notification directly through YouTube. So just make sure your information is there. Once you do sign up, it helps us get there much, much faster. Real quick, my server has 3 people max per team, base and code lock. So basically, if you have 4 people living in your base, that's no go. If you have connected compounds, that's no go. And use the in-game report system and the player's name and grid. And we don't necessarily discourage people from like making friends or enemies on the server. So like a certain degree of roaming is accepted because the teams can only go to 3. So really you can sow a lot of chaos in a group of 4 if they've got a tag along. So keep that in mind. We kind of want to encourage people to talk and communicate on the server. That's a big part of Rust, I think. Okay, on to the wipe schedule. Here we have the full wipe happening Thursday, September 19th, 2024. Again, my reset time is probably going to be around like 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, as we said. And the server ID is right there. And I think that's most of it there. And this is what the name looks like on the list. And there is like 2 servers. One is new and one's old. The old servers seem to be kind of running poorly. So that ID number that you see is the one that should go to the new server. So you should be good to go. By the way, when this does happen, we wait a few hours and then usually we do some type of loot event. Most of the time it's streamed live, so it'll be a cool way to kind of jump in there. The server's designed to be very fast-paced for people that are like, hey, I'm playing another wipe and I kind of want to jump in this one. It's usually bumping most of the time. So yeah, it's a good server to pop in. Okay, let's go to main branch wipes, shall we? Okay, great. Let's go ahead and go upstairs. Beep boop. Oh, I thought the elevator was already down. My bad. So yes, with this update coming, it's going to be mad exciting. Raise the elevator. I think top floor. There we go. Got it. Sweet. Okay, so main branch monthly, also known as normal Rust monthly main branch. September 19th, 2024, Thursday, we have a no wipe, and you keep the blueprints and you keep the map. But since we do have a new wipe cycle happening now, it is most likely that we're going to see. So essentially, the development cycle was like about 3 months, and then we'd have like a new wipe over on main branch. But it looks like it's every month now, so there's a strong likelihood that we could get a full wipe. I'm not sure. They typically say if we have new items included, there'll be a wipe, but they always say plan for a soft wipe, and they'll tell us when there's a full wipe. I'm suspecting there's a full wipe September 26th. 2024, so it's kind of up in the air, so be ready for that if you're playing monthly. If you're playing weekly, you know the drill, right? So anyways, speaking of weekly, main branch, Rust. Let's see if I get this order right. So Thursday, September 19th, 2024. This might be kind of hard to walk around. Do it. Don't fall off. Don't fall off. We have do we have the date on there? Yeah, September 19th. It is a soft wipe. Let me go back around this side. Yeah, having this kind of crooked is making this a little difficult to navigate. It is beep boop boop boop. This is, let me crouch. Okay, we got it. This is a soft wipe, and that means you keep the blueprints, but the map wipes. So you lose the knowledge. I'm sorry, you lose everything, but you keep the knowledge. So this is a good time to kind of shotgun BPs and stuff before the wipe, and the servers come back online 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 11:30 a.m. PST, and 7:30 p.m. BST. 30 minutes prior, they go down. Takes about 30 minutes for them to do their whole cycle, and then they're back up and running. So things are good to go. And I think we only have, for our skin sets, it should be the special items. And the special items, I would strongly suggest, because we've got, actually, we have skins on there that we don't have on PC. I think it's the small standard backpack and the electric furnace, which is actually quite hot, I might add. Okay, on to the big update that's coming, and it's mixed in with lots of other things. So this is the marketplace. This actually sits in the two big safety zones, so bandit camp and outpost. Obviously, I'm an admin here, so I can spawn this here. No, you cannot put this in your base, but this will pull items from a vending machine if you have sky access in your base. So what does that mean? Essentially, if you're at the bandit camp or outpost or anywhere, you can make these purchases with scrap, and then the fee on top of that is 20 scrap, and then it can fly back to the safe zone. It's very handy for solos and small groups. You know, like how many times you need some pickles for the horse or something. This is just a good way to kind of snag those things. Or even if you want to do a fish exchange, if you go to one of those safe zones, you can do that there. They're just going to knock off 20 scrap on top. So it's not a bad way to get started. Dare I say, if you're really solo and having a hard time, do some fishing at the bandit camp. Do some of them swap outs. As long as you got enough cheese, you're good to go, man. Pop in a podcast or an audiobook, you're good to go. Just saying. Okay, so this drone update here does bring in other things. As I said, there is the not the recoil, but the sounds for the weapons are now in. The recoil, as far as I can tell, has not been adjusted for us yet, except for those brand new items that came in that only basically had the new recoil. So I think we're slowly making our way there. Really, the new recoil is going to make for good gameplay, but also I think it's going to eliminate a lot of those script kiddies that are happening out there. People that have those controllers that can time the recoil and stuff and reduce it quite a bit. So you're basically using a laser pointer, so that's going to go way down, because that's the only real form of cheating, that and mouse and keyboard, that you can really do on effectively on console. So that'll be good when that does happen. Anyways, so okay, so get this. With this update, there's also the easy and hard mode, which is bizarre, but also kind of great, because it was on PC for a second, but it's no longer, because they said they're going to pull it and revamp it. So what that means is, the easy mode, you have a sleeping bag at bandit camp and outpost, I kid you not, and there's a reclamation kiosk as well, and I'm not quite sure how that works. You can go on PTB and try it out, but I think it's, if you can reclaim, go to the reclamation vending machine that's in the front, you can get your loot back as long as nobody else loots it, I think, question mark? I don't know, hard to say. But it's just, it's kind of like an easier way to play. It kind of gives you a nice, like, jumping off point. And here's the other amazing thing, too. So, and then this is all going to tie in here in a second. So there's also a hardcore mode, or hard mode, rather. And what that is there's no safe zone whatsoever anywhere, and there's no map or teams. So, like, yes, people can, like, get inside of your base as long as you have the codes, but that's like old school Rust. Like, we didn't used to have a marker above our head. We used to do jump checks or a squat test, whatever. Like, that's wild. So that's pretty cool. No maps either. That's sick. So that'll be interesting. So imagine this now. If you, we have custom servers, so imagine having like these different zones for easy mode. You can kind of mix and match with your server. Kind of cool. Also with the hard zones, or the hard modes rather, you can mix and match on the server. And now with our custom zoning, making things either off limits or rating, no rating, it's really going to make things pretty awesome. A lot of versatility for us over on the custom server side. So we're going to be able to adjust a lot. So it's just interesting that we have this feature, but PC doesn't at the moment. And I think we'll get some use out of it for sure. I think, I mean, we played those over on the testing branch, so I thought it was a lot of fun. It gives you some variety, and I think the easy mode is really good for people that are new or extremely casual. I think that's awesome. Or like a role play server, that's dope, right? Like, that's perfect for that. Okay, so here's the thing I did test while I was out there. As far as I could tell, this is not a part of the update. This will probably be a part of the update sometime in the future, or another update rather. These are the flyable drones, not to be confused with the shop drones themselves. I think that, I want to make that like J2 or something. Okay, there we go. Is it? So these will be a thing for us, but you can actually fly these. Now imagine going up to oil on your own tugboats and then doing recon like this and then coming back, because you do know that we can place the computer stations on the boat. Very useful. By the way, if you're not doing that for labs, what are you doing? Or for oil rig, what are you doing? So this will be a cool thing to look forward to in the future. And here's the other thing, and I know I'm being kind of long-winded with this, so I'll try to wrap it up, but I'm very excited to see what some of these other things are for the update happening for October for Testing Branch, because they've grouped so many different things together. I'm interested to see what other things kind of sneak in. As we said before, we have the backpack slot now, so parachutes are on the table. Giving us some verticality for some of the bases would be amazing. Let's not kid ourselves. Or even having a hot air balloon, right? It's a super slow-moving vertical aircraft, but hey, it's an aircraft, you know? Hopefully taking off the table those Zergs making 5 to 8 walls deep, which is completely OP. That's one of the reasons why they put in air power in this game. So something to look forward to. I know we're going to have a big piece of transportation. Whether it's cars or minis in the future, we'll kind of have to wait and see. I'm not expecting it this month, or not this month, this year. But, you know, with the monthly development, we can start to see things pop in. I think cars are most likely, but we'll kind of have to wait and see. Speaking of updates, actually it was the last update we just got. There was a secret that snuck in with the update that can help a solo not get raided or help those with those offlines, and it should already be up on the end screen now if you are interested, and hopefully we'll see you in the next live stream / video. Subscribe if you're into it and you'd like to watch stuff like this in the future, and we'll see you in the next one. Love you. Bye. Oof, 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 oof.